Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I've got a special treat for you today, and it's gonna be on how to get better at Call of Duty, how your settings can be changed, change your controller settings, just little things to help you improve your accuracy and be better at the game overall. And I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so we're going to hop right into it. What I use personally, we're going to go right down the list. Button layout. I personally use stick and move. So that's basically boosting with the right stick, which gives you a huge advantage when you're going against enemies in the air or just getting into a regular gunfight in general. Trust me, it will help you out and get you out of some sticky situations. And you get to keep your finger on the right stick the whole entire time, which gives you even a bigger advantage against people who are just using a default controller with the default layout but not playing claw. So the second option, what I used to do, and I found that you can use it pretty well as well, is using the default flipped but playing on your controller here. I'm going to try to show it here. Is with your index finger on the X button and the circle button. So you can kind of just move around this as you please. And then you got your middle finger on the R1 and then your left hand on the L1 to aim. So this really gives you a huge advantage because you're not moving your hands, your fingers I should say, over the controller back and forth, because that little millisecond when you're in a gunfight actually makes a huge difference. Especially in a fast-paced game like this, every second counts. Every second counts. So I'm telling you, either of those ways works, but I prefer, stick and move. I'm gonna move back here because that's what I play on. And all right, number 2, take off your vibration. If you're using vibration while you're playing, I'm telling you, take it off. It feels so much better. It's something, you don't need your controller vibrating while you're shooting. It kind of messes up your accuracy. I never, there may be someone out there that uses vibration, but I'm telling you, if you want to win a gunfight with these, do not use vibration. Just take it off and it wastes your battery. So, alright, so moving right along, we're going right into horizontal sensitivity. I cannot stress enough, and I'm going to take a few minutes to actually explain this to you guys, because you cannot use a high sensitivity unless you're quick scoping or sniping. I'm telling you, do not use a high sensitivity. Nagafin, that COD Pro, I don't know if any of you know him, that's an exception. he's a freak, and he doesn't even have it like crazy high. He doesn't have it all the way up. I don't even know how far you can go up on here. 20 sensitivity, I believe. Yeah, he doesn't have it. He has it on like maybe 11. But still, that's just really high, because most of the time, if you're in a long-range gunfight with an assault rifle, you're gonna lose that gunfight, because the person who has 4-5 like myself, or for example 3-4, he's gonna ultimately win the gunfight, because the sensitivity is just so much slower and you have more control on yourself shooting and just have the whole control over the gunfight in general. You can just hit more shots with the slower sensitivity, guys, I'm telling you. That's with the sniper, you can do whatever you please, any sensitivity, but I'm telling you, with a red gun, I'm telling you, use 4 or 5. I say, as the horizontal sensitivity, use between 4 to 6, because if you go any higher than 6, you're getting yourself in some troubles, you're gonna miss some shots, and you're just gonna get frustrated, man. So I'm trying to help you guys out here. So I'm telling you, 4 to 6 horizontal sensitivity. Alright, moving right along into the vertical. The vertical is a little bit different here. So I say, whatever you have your horizontal sensitivity on, maybe 4 through 6, say you have it on 5. If you have it on 5, move it 1 up. So if I had it on 5 right now, move your vertical sensitivity up to 6. And I only say this because your vertical sensitivity really does make a huge difference when you're in a gunfight as well, because most of the time you're gonna have enemies going up here, going up there, going up everywhere, because we have boosters, guys. We're in the booster generation of Call of Duty, so you need to be able to snack bottom like nobody's business. You need to be able to really just pull it quick on them. So I recommend you put your vertical sensitivity just one higher, just not something too crazy, so that when you shoot up you just don't go whoa right off the screen, you know. So I'm telling you, just put it up one higher than your horizontal. Trust me, it'll help you. It'll help you a lot. So alright, now we're gonna move into film grain. I don't know if film grain actually makes a difference, guys, but I've heard a lot from like a lot of people, and they're very good at this game, to take off film grain. So that's another thing that you can shut off and play with. That's up to you. That's just my opinion. I play with it off. I don't play around with that stuff. So next, what you could also do, and this is what people have been telling me, is taking off motion blur. Because I don't know exactly what motion blur does, but it kind of messes up like where you see the enemy go, or just how the whole game functions and the way you see things. It's just disable it. Disable it. See if you like it. If you don't, you don't. You can turn it back on. That's just my preference. Just a couple little things to help you out. Alright. So I think we covered everything in the settings itself. Now, outside the game, there's a few little things that you can do outside the game. So we're gonna hop into custom games here. So let's throw on a small map like Genesis. We'll put on a free-for-all. We'll put no, we could leave it on 10 minutes, because you're not going to spend more than 10 minutes doing this, guys. This is just to help you out and get you better with your accuracy and shooting. So we're going to put it up to you know, whatever you may get in 10 minutes. Just put the score limit high. It's something that you're really probably not going to get, most likely. And make the health normal. And now what you're going to do here is set up some bots. Put as many as you can in here. So it's only going to let me put 11. I would recommend either put in the bot difficulty between regular and hardened. Not too crazy, because you know, you're here just to shoot things, to get your reaction up, and just overall improve your accuracy. So just leave it between regular or hardened. I'm just going to put on regular for the sake of the video. So we got 11 on. We're going to start the match. I'll see you guys in the match. Alright, we're in the match. We're using the Karma, which is one of the guns I'm going to talk about later on in this. So this is pretty much, enemies are going to be everywhere. You just want to be snapping on enemies like no other. You just want to improve your accuracy. That's all you're looking for here. And your reaction time. Because you're non-stop. Look at that. You're running into an enemy. Running into an enemy. And then there's another enemy over here. I can't find him, but he's right there. So it just keeps you moving. Keeps you into the game. Keeps you shooting. It gives you that good habit to get into a gunfight as soon as you see the enemy, and just overall helps your reaction and also your aim, because you know, aim is a huge thing when you're shooting people. So you're always in a gunfight here, as you see, and I just got destroyed, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so just keep moving around. Do this for about, I would say, 10 minutes before you even get into a match or put yourself in a match. Just shoot some bots, get your reaction time up. Just keep shooting, just like that. Don't use your kill streaks. You're just doing that. You're doing this for you. So don't drop your kill streaks like you're playing a pubs. So you're also getting into. Just keep it on a small map, guys. Keep it on a small map as well, because you don't want to be having too much of a time gap between you finding enemies. You don't want to keep searching. You want to be in constant gunfights, as you're seeing here. Pick up a couple guns if you need to. Practice with different guns. And yeah, that's pretty much what you have to do for that side of it. Start a match with this bots real fast, just to give you a quick example. And I think it will help you too in this game, and especially for anyone who's just starting playing games with boosters in them. Say you haven't played Black Ops 3 or anything like that. So what you really want to stay away from, and this is kind of going to go against why I use stick and move, but I'm telling you it's going to help you out and get into the habit of doing this, which will help you in gunfights, is I'm just going to use M4 as an example. Try to stay boots on the ground, guys. When you get into an engagement, try to stay on the ground, because as you notice, you're more accurate when you're on the ground. You can slide and stuff to get around. Sliding is very helpful in this game, but it's not the main thing you should be worrying about. You should be worrying about staying boots on the ground. Saying, for example, let me go challenge this guy over here. Say I was going to boost up over here. I'm not going to be as accurate. Like, look how inaccurate I am trying to get, and I get myself killed just doing that. So try not to jump in the gunfights. That's another thing. Try to stay on the ground, because most of the time, these bots aren't doing it right now, but say for example, this is the enemy opponent right now, and he's boosting around this corner. Most of the people in pubs and in general are gonna be in the sky. So I'm telling you, just stay on the ground. You're a lot more accurate. If you really are in a sticky situation, like say I get into a crazy gunfight here, you can boost up just so you know, get a little movement going, a little bit more than the strafing itself on the ground. So I really do recommend just stay on the ground, guys. It will help you out a lot better. There also is another thing you could do, and it's kind of hard to do, is really just drop shot too. The drop shotting is back in this game. I don't 100% recommend it. It is good, don't get me wrong. People won't expect it when you do it, because this is a game with boosters, so they expect you to boost up in the air. So that's why I stress staying on the ground. Unless you're in a really sticky situation, then don't boost like this, because it will only make you inaccurate. It won't help you for the best. You can slide and stuff. That's still boots on the ground. So you see that? Like, that bot didn't even... Well, the bot doesn't really expect me to do that, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to end this here. I think you guys kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. So I think I've covered everything that entails you to be better at this game. There are a few outside things such as Red Bull, G Fuel, and like energy drinks like that. But don't try to do that so much, guys, because it will become unhealthy for you if you do that. So I mean, do it in moderation. Don't be guzzling a Red Bull like every 10 minutes. I'm telling you, don't do that. It'll make you very unhealthy, and you don't want that, I'm telling you. And there is stuff such as a SCUF controller, but I'm really trying to help you guys so you don't have to purchase one, or this is more for people who can't really afford one or aren't in the market for one. So I mean, this is more of like something else to help you out, instead of using a SCUF or anything like that, because SCUFs are expensive. They're almost $200. So you kind of just don't want to be throwing out money if you don't have to, you know? And if you definitely don't have the money to be throwing money out on a SCUF. So there was one more thing that I really wanted to cover, and I can't put my finger. Now there is one more thing that it's something that's not very expensive to you guys, and I think it will help you to be a better player. It just came out. It's called the Collective Mind Strike Pack FPS controller adapter for the PS4 or Xbox, whatever you do play. I play on PS4 because this is where the competitive scene is. This is where everything is, the World League, all that. So this attachment it'll wrap right around your controller. It won't block anything. To power it up, it will go inside this charge port right over here, but it won't there'll be another one, so you can put in your charger, for example your USB that you put in here. So it's not going to block any of your charging ports. I hear it's very comfortable to use. It's basically just like a SCUF. It's just an attachment for your default controller. So if you are in the market for one of these, it's $39.99. It's not very expensive at all. So it's very inexpensive, guys. For like 40 bucks compared to spending like $200 on a controller, I think is a huge difference. So if you're in the market, I'm telling you, go get one of those. I'll leave it in the description below just so you guys can check it out. And yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything, guys. I hope this guide and the way I'm explaining stuff to you did help, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.